In the Travis Meeks philosophy of life, a human being is composed of 4 jars. That's right, jars. These jars are a metaphor, of course, but I think it would be better if I let him explain it.
The jar of mentality,
Right?
which is our brain.
Right.
The jar of emotions, which is our so-called heart. The jar of the spirit, which is, it's not organized religion, I'm sorry. The spirit is its own thing. And the jar of your body. And people actually take advantage of each jar. Some people take advantage of the mentality jar, which causes them to go insane. Some people take advantage of the emotional jar, which causes them to be depressed. Some people take advantage of the body jar, and they end up, raising their hands up, yes, sir, and they just run all the time, and that's what they thrive off of, and they think that's what life's all about. And
but you're interested in the spiritual jar more than the other
some
three.
Some people also take advantage of the spiritual jar and neglect it and take their foot and cram it, just step on it, and they claim that organized religion is the answer, and that's life, But a lot of people would say, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You are. Repeat it to yourself. You're wrong, But I don't think it's a matter of right or wrong. It's one kind of like a straight line. It's not very objective, but it is objective at the same time. I guess just all my life, I've held on to that, and that's what's kept me living through even all the stuff, because I already seen it. It was like, oh, we live, we have babies, we go on vacation, we find a career, we go to college, we do all this. Why live? If that's what it is, and I can't be content with that. I don't want to be content with that. There's got to be more than that. There's got to be more than just, those stimulations. There has to be a higher stimulation. And it's not drugs. It's some people like to do the AA sober thing, and then some people like to take acid. But it's an experience for a lot of people to step over to that realm, to break on through to the other side. We think that reality is reality. And death is reality, money is reality, jobs, corporate America, the push, the government, all this stuff that has control that works against us, which is the same old, let's protest and throw signs up and all dance around. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like, it drives me crazy. But there is a real world, and 95% of people do not live in the real world. They do not live in the real world. That's what I see. That could be an opinion, but it could be a fact. Who's to say?
You and the former bandmates had a disagreement on the vision of where Days the New were going. Was it an amicable disagreement? Can they ever be amicable?
Well, I feel kind of bad saying this, that I tried to communicate with people about the situation, and people always like that motley crew. They like that package of the characters, the Kiss, Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, that's these characters, and I'm not a character. I'm a person. But nothing against none of that, but it's just that I'm not a character, and I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm misunderstood, because I'm not. But those guys, one of them I actually grew up with, and then the drummer I knew kind of on the backhand, and they was in a real limited point of view. They was limited in where they thought and where they wanted to go, and they would just happen to be for the first record, and I seen just a wider, broader vision, and I'm probably going to lose a few fans here to there. Not that it doesn't mean anything to me, because it does, but it's a life of change. You move forward. They wasn't part of it. Hopefully I'll hold on to the band I have now, because they're amazing, beautiful musicians. But I might lose a few, it's just a journey. Third record, fourth record, whatever it is, So that's kind of how that came about, It was just a mutual agreement. Nobody fired anybody. It was, I was painting a picture, and their colors didn't go with the picture.
Travis, we're going to get back to 1997 and the first day's new record with a song called Shelf in the Room. What can you tell us about this track?
Well, I actually had a shelf in the room, and it's funny, but I just had like these little knick-knack stuff that was weird, and like little pictures and all this little stuff that I collected over time. Not necessarily pack rat, but anything, but just like little ceramic trees and just all the things that I've collected over, a period of time that had meant something to me. It was like a comfort zone, so I could see everything that was going on. It was my own little my own little jungle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of right now in that building, the Distillery Sound Studios. I'm gonna build a bigger version of it, and with custom tile floor and like this greenhouse setting. But it's like it's pretty cool, man. The place has got a lot of potential, and I'm just trying to create something comfort zone, just like the shelf in the room.